Hello everyone, I'm Marina and Nails Sakramel School. Why do nail extensions end up looking flat when done with dual forms? Why do they have gaps on the side walls? Let's find out in today's video. Coming up. Here are the nails that I'm going to transform. They were extended with dual forms about 1 month ago. One nail did not survive. The nail architecture is uneven. There are huge gaps under the tips of the nails. Let's try to fix those issues. I'm going to remove the coating first. This stress zone is pretty thick. I will file the excess out after sculpting the nails. I need to thin this coating down, but the sidewalls are already thin enough. The nail ingross points are sheer and the coating is lifting. It must have been caused by pulling, which is hard to notice when you apply a dual form close to the cuticle line. Pulling always causes stretching and lifting. The more coating I remove, the more curious it looks. There are huge liftings that take about half of the nail plate. I will zoom in to show you how to remove them. Use a tip of the drill bit to cut the bottom of the lifting until it gets separated. Do not waste your time on filing the top of the lifting. Dig into the bottom border. Use an orange wood stick to lift it and to keep it safe. Otherwise, it can hit your eye or the eyes of your client. Make sure to smooth it out. We can do a nail fill or fresh nail extensions when we remove the free edge. But we should keep it for dual forms. It will help to avoid pulling. We can sculpt the tips and then file out the excess. I need to file the free edge on the middle nail that is broken. From this angle, you can see that this nail grows upward. In this case, I have to remove the free edge. I can't keep it. Otherwise, the tip of the nail will be too thin and fragile. I mean, the transition from the nail to the extension. That area may crack. We don't need that. As for the manicure, I will use an e-file technique. No cutting tools. My model has thin and dry cuticles. While I'm dealing with them, let's discuss today's issue. Why do the dual forms turn the nails into flat shovels? And what about those gaps in the nail ingross points? It's all about the technique. I'm talking about sizing the dual forms properly in the first place. Here's an example. If the nail plate turns white when you put the dual form on, it means that the form is too small for it. When you fill in the dual form with your material of choice, it will be simply squeezed out of it on the sides. You won't be able to strengthen the nail in that case, because the side walls will be too fragile and almost bare. That's why we should size the dual forms accurately. Mind the nail width. Do not press on the dual form, then you'll be able to fill it in without any problems. The nails will have C-curves that will make them stronger. Another issue is pressing the dual form to the nail when stamping the material. When you want it to become one with the nail, and make sure that it covers the side walls. But doing so, you only squeeze the material out of the form, leaving the stress zone thin and not strengthened, while the free edge gets heavier, which is one of the causes of lifting. Let's take a moment to enjoy this clean e-file manicure. The nails are prone to lifting, so I grab an acid-free primer and a rubber base coat. Let's talk about other mistakes that nail technicians make when using dual forms. A common issue is using liquid manicure products, especially when you can't work fast. This criterion is crucial for liquid nail products. When you turn the nail over, the material will flood the center, leaving the sidewalls bare. We need to fill them in, check if they are thick enough, and cure the nail quickly. Now we can choose dual forms for my model. I will go for this medium curve. Not too prominent and not too flat. It looks really natural. We can trim the dual form if it has big square corners to make it mirror the cuticle line. I'm going to use gel. It's a medium viscosity one. I love this nude shade with silver shimmer. Follow us on social media to learn more about the products I use in my videos. Join us for more useful tips and exciting manicure content. We update regularly. Let's blend it out and apply the dual form to the nail. Press it and make sure that the side walls are covered. Cure it with a UV flashlight. Now we can turn the hand over and use a thin brush to fill in the side walls. To strengthen them, I paint every nook and cranny. No gel has been squeezed out of the dual form at this point. The pressure I apply to it is just right. To strengthen the side walls and to keep them covered, use the following life hack. I usually strengthen them with a thin coat of gel first and then secure them with a UV flashlight. After that, we can sculpt the nail inside the dual form. We can be sure that the side walls will stay in place. They're not going to flow to the center of the nail because they are polymerized. Let's put the dual form on the nail. The side walls are not sheer. They are strengthened now. Cure it a little bit and align the gel on the inside. Keep the inside clean so as not to file it a lot. I make sure to pinch the nails to slim them down. The tips of the nails should be perfectly even on the inside. You saw what happened when there were gaps. The tips got clogged with dirt. It was not aesthetically pleasing. When it happens, people start aggressively picking their nails, causing them to crack. To avoid that, use a carbide drill bit to file the excess gel out. The one that I'm using has a thin tip. It helps to even out the cuticle zone and slightly trim the free edge. We can also touch up all the minor irregularities at this point. Do you like my videos and want to learn more? I invite you to join us and get access to Sakramel's knowledge base. Over 20 video courses for the price of one, including a certificate. Our courses are available worldwide. Read the description for details and subscribe to my channel. Let's file the nails. We need to file the free edge and the side walls with a nail file. Make sure not to over-file them. Otherwise, you will ruin the shape we achieved with the dual forms. They were supposed to fix the gaps on the side walls. The parallels are even now. Those who don't know how to sculpt and file the nails end up ruining them even when using dual forms. They tend to over-file the parallels. Let's file the excess gel out now. I turn the hand over and use this same carbide drill bit. Pull the nail folds back to get as deep as possible. Use the tip of the drill bit to file out the excess gel. Even out the nail surface to keep it nice and clean. I love it when the tips are smooth, but it's quite a challenge. Sometimes I use a smaller drill bit in order to work on the areas that are hard to reach. Now let's polish and clean the nails to do a nail design. We both wanted something soft and romantic for spring. Florals are not groundbreaking, but they look amazing. We can use floral decals or stamping plates, but I prefer painting flowers by hand. The design will be absolutely unique. It will attract attention due to its one-of-a-kind nature. My friends and clients adore nail designs that are hand-painted. I will show you how to paint a cute little peony flower. We're going to need a few gel paints and gel polishes. Mix them together to get unique shades for your design. Start by painting a draft version. Then add more details to the petals. Paint the center of the flower darker to tone it down a little bit. Accentuate some of the petals. The pattern is not clear yet, but we will outline it after securing it with a top coat. The flower will be more detailed. Now grab a lighter shade and paint a couple more petals on top. Use some green gel polish to paint leaves and finish it off. Cure the design with a flashlight before fixing it with a top coat. The top coat helps to smooth it out and conceal all the irregularities. I'm glad that I decided to use this shimmery gel today. It really complements the floral design. Let's add more detail using some white gel paint to highlight particular elements until the flower comes to life. I painted a couple of peony buds too. Let me know what you think about this nail design for spring. Check out my earlier video about dual forms and mistakes. Wishing you all beautiful nails. Good luck. Bye bye.